Oh, so great.
No doubt.
Thank you for being here again with us. And we'll get right into a question for you.
For sure.
What brought you to be a trainer?
What brought me to be a personal trainer? I mean, I really had enjoyed going to the gym and exercising for quite some time, and so I started taking some classes, some lifting classes and spinning classes. So I first started out as a spinning instructor. I did that for a few years, and I also did lifting classes. But I can see the big class of a bunch of people, and yet I tried to teach a workout, but I had to pay attention to everybody. I couldn't pay attention to one single person. And that's what made me want to be a personal trainer, because I wanted to focus on each person by themselves. And so it just started, and it took off right away. People from my class wanted me off the bat to start training them, because they already knew what kind of trainer I was from the class. And so that just drifted away, all the classes, and then it just was going on with personal training, and I've been doing that for quite some time now. Definitely.
Awesome. I love that. That special, treatment that you get from a trainer, it's different than, like you said, being in a big class.
Awesome. Exactly. And you can just see the difference of being in a class, whether it's everyone in there or whether it's just one person. You can focus on that one person. You can get their specific goals and help them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Hey, Robert.
Hey, Robert.
And if anybody has any questions while we're going along, you guys make sure you message and leave a little message, and we will answer you. So
cool.
Yeah. This is fun.
Ben, feel free to come back on, and you can come back later to tell people to message you.
Okay.
Feel free.
Okay.
Awesome. Was there anything specific that gave you the desire?
One thing that gave me the be a personal trainer is because, at one point in my life, I had that things really bad. I had a brain injury when I was in high school, and I was in a coma. I was paralyzed at one time, and I went through physical therapy. And everything turned out okay, but I became epileptic since then. And so I've been epileptic since then. And it took me going through seizures after seizures, then treatment of others wasn't so good. So then it came to depression. And then I got to the point of started working out, started exercising. I could feel the difference. I mean, I even got down to basic weight, but then I lost weight to 128 pounds. So I was really, really skinny. I needed that exercises. I needed to change. And sure enough, as soon as I started keeping a schedule of my exercising, then I started to see a difference, not only in me physically, but mentally also. And I was so much more determined and confident and wanted to pursue my goals. And finished college. I went back to college, finished it, did it completely fine. And then later on, I never would think I was doing it. Then I became a group instructor, and now as a personal trainer, I'm still enjoying just what I started doing back then, because I could see what a difference it made in my life, becoming physically fit and able to keep going on. No matter what was against me, no matter who insulted me or laughed at me for being epileptic at that time. And after I had brain surgery a decade after my injury, which really miraculously helped me tremendously, that changed my life. And so now I'm a personal trainer. I really love to help people get in shape and achieve their fitness goals, have a better life. And I'm also for a few years there, I started to watch the marathon runners, and I thought, wow, what a difference! I would love to do marathons one day, because you know what? And as I grew up, I had asthma, and it was so hard for me to run 1 mile when I grew up, and I just could not breathe. But now, as I was already a spinning instructor for an hour, I did 3 classes a week. And now, as I'm, as I ride my bike all around it, and I go for runs and stuff, I figured I'd do a marathon. So, no matter what's up against me, epilepsy, asthma, hard time to breathe, I grew out of my asthma, but the epilepsy is still with me. But as long as I'm keeping my sleep together, my diet, and my stress level down, I'm home free.
Exactly.
So I ended up running 10 marathons already since then. And I planned one day to keep going on to maybe one day do a triathlon. It's pretty exciting. So,
Wow.
I've had clients in the past where I finished my like third marathon one year, and I said, you know what? I was with a client. I said, you know what? You're going to do a marathon next year. He said, oh, no. I can't even run. I can't even run 3 miles. Now, I said, nope. When I start training for the marathon, you're going to train with me. I'm going to train you 2 times a week. You're going to be by my side. And then we're going to go running every week. You're going to do a marathon. He became addicted to it just from that. He did 3 marathons a year.
Wow.
After that 1 year. Isn't that amazing?
That is very amazing.
It's so much, pretty much changed tremendously that person's life. And I was so happy for that. I excited. It made a difference. And
right.
Something you never think you can do, you can do it. Yeah.
That is a great testimony right there. Yeah. And it's like, the routine, they always say that your routine will get you to your dream, and
exactly
it's like,
right.
It's true. You have to have some type of, routine, some kind of, schedule. And if you can stick to it, then that's,
Exactly. You just got to keep with it, no matter what's in front of you, what that big stop sign or big twist in the road or boulders, how are you going to get around that? Are you just going to stand there and walk backwards?
Yeah.
Or are you going to get around it? You have to work harder, accept it, and just do something, work harder. That's it.
Exactly.
True. Like distractions, get out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. Distractions.
Yeah.
Right.
There's plenty of those, and those become excuses. Like we use them as excuses sometimes just to avoid something we don't really want to do.
Exactly. Exactly. But we just gotta keep ourselves disciplined. We gotta make goals, work hard to achieve them, and don't stop.
I love
just
that.
Keep it in the back of your head. Okay, it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, I got one more, and the rest to you.
All right.
So, are there certain types of clients that you enjoy training the most?
Oh, I enjoy training people that have come to that stop, and they think like, they come to a certain age where they're like, oh my gosh, I remember when I was young, I remember like being like this. It was so great back then. But where am I now? How can I even get to even think of getting there? So I like those people that really have, don't know where to go. And I like to be there for them to assist them, help them, to really talk it out and find out where they need to be and, hope they understand that, we're going on a process here. It's gonna not take like, ooh boy, 6 weeks. Yeah. It's gonna take a journey and just keeping it up and showing up for the training I do and in learning to enjoy it, listen to what I'm saying. You will just see and feel changes in your body and, however you look at things will just like change completely. A few have had clients before that were just like either lawyers or professors that just like have stress, and they need to find an escape. And so that's one reason that I like to help people with that so much.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
Yeah, I can relate to that. And a lot of times when you're stressed, it's the one time where you feel like you just want to, go underneath the blanket and do nothing.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
You can't do that.
But once you get that reward of that feeling good, you're going to want to do it again, and then pretty soon you do pick up the habit.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the one point where you think, oh my gosh, everything's so great, you can't just stop there. No.
Right.
It's got to be a continuous thing.
Right.
Non-stop.
Unless you look like Arnold.
and then yeah.
You have to say at one point, if Arnold stopped, there'd be a different there. Hey, he's human like all of us.
I know. I'm sure he works out every day.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like you're from Southern California, correct?
Oh, I live here in Los Angeles, but
In Los Angeles.
uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
so where's your favorite place to train? Where do you like to go?
Well, I train at a private gym that's like in West Los Angeles, and I also train at a park within that area. I'm also able to train like in different parks, like in Hollywood area, and I like to be one-on-one. But if a person ever has to, like just earlier today, a client of mine, he brought one of his daughter with him, and I trained both of them at the same time. And have nothing wrong with training more than one person at once. It's just sometimes, and I can even train. I'm able to train a group, as I've trained like a group of 30 at one time, but that was in a gym. But now, if it's like at a park, I can train a few people, like a little group, smaller group together. But that would have to be in a park, and I would enjoy doing that.
Yeah, yeah. Our friend Ross Heath, he's from the other side of the pond. He's a director. We love him. Anyway, he's a great director and actor, and he says you can get very stressed as well. So not only do doctors and lawyers get stressed out, but so do actors and directors. And
I'm sure because everything is so much is asked of you in one period of time. It has to be,
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot of pressure, I'm sure. Yeah.
Very much tremendous pressure.
So you train people. What else are you working on? I know you've got a full.
Well, what I've been working on a lot is I'm in the process of writing a memoir about my life.
I love that.
I started it about like 12 years ago, just jotting things down here and there, jotting bits and pieces. And then as the years have gone by, I've really, really been working hard on it, especially more this year than any other year. And this past year more than any other year. And I've gotten a lot down, and because it's not just, I had a brain injury, I'm fine, I'm perfect. Yeah, nope, That's not it. There's a lot of ups and downs that we all go through if we ever have a tragedy or a problem in our life. But, putting all these words and all these memories into a book is something for anyone to see. And so I want people to really read what I've gone through and learn how they can move past their problems and there is a brighter look in the future if anything's going wrong in their life. So that's what it's about. It's mainly about what I've been up against, how I've overcome it, and what I'm still striving to do.
Those are the best stories to read too. They're such inspirational, and it. Mm-hmm. You always want to read about what somebody else did, because then you're saying, well, my problems probably aren't as bad as I thought, and if he can do it, then I can do it, and it's just
exactly that's the word. That's it.
Yeah, it's motivating for sure. Yeah. So
I wouldn't want anyone to feel that, okay, if they have a little problem, okay, now that's it. No, I can't. I can't even try. No, but I want them to feel that they can just, keep at it.
Yeah. I mean, like I have a little issue like with my one foot, like, so I always kind of think, oh, well, I could never do a marathon, or I could never do this or that. And it's like, I'm sure though, if somebody taught me the right way to work it out and build up to it. Even if I could do like a 5 or 10K, I would be ecstatic.
No, you could do a 5K this weekend if you put your mind to it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I walk a lot because of it, but just I think I've always been fascinated by people that can run long distance. I really, yeah.
It's quite a feeling. It's quite your first time you do it. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, Nothing like it. This is a connection I